This is Series 1, Episode 78. In this video I'm just going to be talking about the market conditions because once again the market appears to be changing direction. Very confusing at times, but it is what it is. However, for those that pay attention and watch this entire video, you will be rewarded with a bonus video. At some point during this entire video I will flash up on the screen an Easter egg, a little bonus video that's only available to those paying attention. So watch out for that because it's a trade idea on a separate video and it's deliberate. It's because I want people to watch these videos instead of just watching 30 seconds disappearing. So look out for that little Easter egg that will pop up on the screen for a few seconds. When you see it, pause the video, take a note of the bonus video and go and have a look at it. So let me get into the technicals, what I'm seeing on the Nasdaq here. So all of these charts are weekly charts. So this is a Nasdaq weekly chart, and I've talked about this trend line and I predicted where market was likely to hold. I said there was going to be selling, but guys, I thought there was going to be way more selling than there actually has been. Very odd for me to see this, but the market is what it is. There's all this negative news in China. I was expecting a significant sell-off, but the market's very resilient. And this price action, this weekly price bar, is extremely bullish. Very positive, because it starts off the week here, drops all the way back down, and then comes all the way back up. Very bullish on the Nasdaq. Now I know that's probably contradictory. You're thinking, well, the guy said that the market was going to sell. Well, I did think they were going to sell off, but I can't predict the market, guys. I have to trade what I see, and the price action is saying a reversal is in play now. And let me just show you some stocks, for example. Here's Palantir. I predicted a buy around here, $25, and I said it's a cup and handle breakout. Off it's gone. It's broken out. Lovely little trade there. The other trade I talked about was Snap. Look, it's broken out. If you're in that trade, and I predicted a buy around here on this line, and so you'd be making money if you took that trade. I also talked about Carmax, and I said the buy area was at $125, which was down here, and Carmax has broken out. So that's 3 trades this week. They're all doing really well when the market was selling off. So those are all trades I predicted on this YouTube channel, so feel free to go and watch those videos. But that's very interesting because it did look like the whole market was selling off at the beginning of the week, but price is king. Always remember that, guys. Indicators follow price. If the price is saying the market's going up, then we have to adjust our way of thinking. Well, I have to adjust my way of thinking and look for possible opportunities in the future. At the moment, I'm still cautious. I'm just showing you what I'm seeing. So that's the Nasdaq weekly. Let me just zoom out slightly just so you can see that nice trend line. You can get your own charts and do this yourself. Right, the next chart is the Dow Jones. And that was the indice that I could see the most weakness starting creeping in. But again, very bullish weekly price bar. It can't be ignored. Price is king, as I keep saying. So the Dow Jones also looks positive. The S&P 500. Look at this trend line. Now I did a short video recently, 1 minute short video, the first one I've ever done. And I said to keep an eye on this as price rallies back up. So I'll talk about that in a second. But draw this on your charts, guys. This weekly chart. Probably better to go down to the daily chart because it's a bit more easy to see. But there's a major trend line. We've breached the trend line on the S&P. A huge, that normally spells a huge sell-off. But it just hasn't. It's resilient, extremely resilient. Look at this bullish price action. So all of the indices in the US, despite my thinking that the markets were about to drop, and I saw a heck of a lot of YouTube videos saying the same thing, we have to trade what we see. The price is telling us that it's quite possible the market is no longer selling off, and it is actually, in fact, potentially going to make new highs. Now, I'm going to make a slightly contradictory statement now in that there is still a chance that it could be a wave 2 of selling. So I want to talk about that now on this S&P chart. I have talked about that in the short video that I did. So let me go down to the daily chart and let me walk you through this. So I'm talking about the S&P 500. Very, very clear, decisive break of a trend line, and that 50-day moving average I've talked about in a previous video. I'm not going to talk about that now, but very, very clear that price clearly broke everything to say this is a huge sell-off. However, it's been resilient, it's come all the way back up, and I think it's going to try to test that trend line. I think price will probably stall, because that was the breakout trend line. That trend line is really significant. Broke down, and now we're coming back up towards it, and I have spoken about this in that short video. I think we're going to see resistance there, possibly. Now if we do see resistance and price starts stalling, it doesn't mean that the whole market's going to collapse. I have to wait and see what price tells me, then I'll start using shorter time frames like the 4-hour time frame to decide whether or not price is actually going to fall, and I will do my very best to get that information out to you. But I'm trying to get all this out to you before it happens. So that is where I'll be watching price action on the S&P 500 for weakness. If it doesn't show signs of weakness, then the chances are that all the markets are now going to make new highs, which is incredible to say. But the price is king, as I said multiple times. Price is saying market wants to go up. And those 3 stocks I showed you are all breaking out. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the market at the moment is showing bullish behaviour. So despite my bias of selling, guys, it looks like we are back in bullish territory, but I'm just highlighting the fact we just need to keep our eye on the S&P. So if you're in stocks, you're doing well, so am I. I'm glad. I didn't want the market to go down any more than you do. I'm in lots of stocks, so I need them to go up as well. So I hope you like what I'm doing. Please like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you in another video very soon.